As we do on Tuesday mornings, the 10 to 11 o'clock hour, we set aside for talking about yard and garden items, things you want in your yard and garden, things you don't want in your yard and garden, with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen from DeBruyn Seed and the Mr. Butterworth. Mr. Butterworth. No, Mr. Butternut, not Mr. Butterworth, because that way, he can still be with us. In the Mr. Butternut building on Washington and Elm in downtown Zeeland, that is DeBruyn Seed. Jan Meeuwsen, good morning.
Good morning.
Let's put it this way. Sometimes Mr. Butternut is not physically correct, but he is always politically correct.
That's right.
If you got a question for Jan, she'll be happy to take it at 395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen.
Yes, I have a question. I have some dahlias. They're the small dahlias, and they were beautiful, but my daughter thinks it's beetles in the leaves. What do I put on it to stop it?
Oh, yeah, it could very well be beetles. You can spray that with the Rose and Floral Bio Advance makes a 3-in-1, or just the rose one will work on the dahlias also. Just spray the leaves. Don't spray the flowers, because the leaves are where the beetles like to be. But yes, get them off, because they can do a lot of damage.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing that. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for the call. 395-1450, 395-1450. If you got questions, your questions most of the time a lot better than anything I throw out. So please, I don't want to say help the host out, but this is the time. This is the time to ask the questions, because we're in growing season. We might get a little rainfall tomorrow night, which is kind of nice, but that means if you got some weedy stuff to get rid of, today is the day to do it.
That's right. Get rid of it today.
Get rid of it today, or forever. No, I wouldn't say forever. Hold your peace, or at least wait until the weekend.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. This week's show has already gone to the birds. No. Actually, let's talk about for the birds. And we sort of focus a lot of our attention during the winter months and taking care of the birds that tough it out during the winter. But during the summer, you think, well, the birds can fend for themselves. Okay, they can be, they can fend for themselves. But really, it's nice to help them out.
Nice to help them out, and it's nice to bring them close to the house so you can see them. If they're going to fend for themselves, they're going to be not in your backyard more than likely. So, draw them in with some birdseed. I like to go with something that doesn't leave a mess under the feeder during the summer, and that's my Jan's No Waste at DeBruyn's, or Mr. B's Fruit and Nut. Great mix to put down in the summer. They both got those little suet balls in it. They've got no seeds whatsoever, but lots of sunflowers and safflowers and all the fun stuff that the birds really like to eat. And then the fruit nuts got, good grief, it's got pineapple and cherries and raisins and all kinds of nuts. So why wouldn't they love it?
Good morning. You're on the line with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen.
Yes, I have a question. If someone wants to transplant rhubarb roots, what is the best time to do it?
Oh, I would do that in the fall. Make sure it's nice and cool out. Way too hot right now to plant anything. So wait until fall, wait till September, and that'd be a great time. Kind of chop off the tops of it, cut it in half, and transplant it. Be a great time to do that.
Leave the whole stalk on, though, if there's some left?
I would take that off.
Take the stalk off?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And do it in the fall?
And do it, yes. Do this in the fall, right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for the call. 395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen.
Yes, hi, Jan. I've got the lilies in our front yard that are pretty much dying off now already. I'm surprised they don't last very long. Is it too early to kind of cut them back and get kind of bushy? And I don't know. Is can they be cut back now, or do you have to wait till later?
Now, what did you
I
have?
mean,
I didn't quite
daylilies.
catch that.
You said daylily, sir?
Oh,
Yeah, daylilies that they've been blossoming for about 2 weeks now. They're kind of starting to die off, and they just become bushy. And
yeah,
I don't know.
definitely.
I just thought maybe I'd cut them back a little bit so they
Definitely
don't
go in
look
there.
so weedy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pull out the old stalks. They'll be easy to pull out the dead stalks. I wouldn't necessarily cut back the weeds or the leaves, but you can definitely take, there's probably lots of dead ones. Kind of rake those
Yeah,
out.
there are. Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of those, get rid of the old stalks, and it should probably send out some new stalks for new flowers that way.
You mean still after this year?
Yeah, you might be able to get another set of flowers yet this year. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll try that. I thought maybe they were done for the year.
Yeah, no, I did mine last weekend, and they look a little bare right now, but they'll come back and they'll send out some more stalks. Yep.
Okay. Well, very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the call. 395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen.
Hi, Jan. I got a question for you on Bermuda grass.
Okay.
I had gotten at DeBruyn some, how do you pronounce it? Triclophor ester.
That's good enough for me. Yeah.
And I've been spraying it like every 3 weeks now, and it doesn't seem to be going away.
You're not getting any kind of results with that stuff?
Not much. I'm mixing 2 tablespoons per gallon. Does that sound about right?
That would be an ounce per gallon. You could probably go a little higher than that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one of those things that's so hard to get.
I know.
As you well know now, just be patient. It will kill it, but you're just going to have to be patient. And you're on the right track. Just continually respraying it. Yeah.
Every 3 weeks.
Yep.
Okay, I'll keep it up then. I get the right stuff then.
You've got the right stuff. Yes.
Okay, I'll keep at it then. Thank you.
Okay. Yep.
Thank you very much for the call. 395-1450, 395-1450. If you have a question for the master gardener, she'll be happy to answer it at 395-1450. Let's get to the show, back to the birds. No. Yeah. You say here, if you are having a problem with suet melting in the hot weather. What do you mean
that
melting?
can happen.
What?
Yeah, when you put suet out there and it just kind of drips. It's really kind of yucky. Yeah. So there is something looks like suet, but it's called a dough, and that will not melt even in 100-degree temperature. So we can hang it out there with no problem.
It's called dough, but it's not actually dough.
No.
Okay,
it's
so we're
still
not
the suet. Yeah.
We're not feeding birds any carbs.
Yeah, we're not feeding them like cookie dough. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Because birds don't, let's put it this way. Yeah, they'll eat breadcrumbs, but they're not big into carbs. At least I don't think they are.
No, they're really not good. They'll actually fill up on them. They like them. They'll fill up on them, but then they don't get their fill up on the correct nutrition. So yeah, you can do some harm by just feeding them the breadcrumbs. Yes.
Maintenance is important also for the bird feeders, right?
Yeah, keep them clean. Your seed feeders and your hummingbird feeders, every once in a while, take them in and really clean them out. Maybe a mild bleach solution, but really clean them out, because all that crap that ends up at the bottom of the feeder can harbor diseases and fungal problems, and we don't need to pass that around to all the birds. So keep those things clean. That's the best bet.
Good morning. You're on the line with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen.
Hey, Jan, is the old wives' tale of never picking rhubarb true, or do you have to adhere to that, or can you still pick rhubarb?
You can pick rhubarb, but if it's starting to send up a stalk, it will be very bitter. So You know,
It
it's
has
usually
never
not.
sent up stock yet this year, which is very unusual.
Yeah, that is unusual, especially in this hot weather. But yeah, you can you can pick it yet. It's just not going to be the best rhubarb of the year, but you can eat it. That's not a problem.
Oh, good. That's sort of an old wives' tale. It was handed down from our grandfathers to our fathers that never pick after the 4th of July.
Yes, I've heard that too. And my dad really adhered to that. I do remember that. But
My
no, if
father
it's
did too, but the rhubarb looks so good yet, and it hasn't seeded out. I thought, I have to ask an expert because I
yeah,
thought, I was trained by a father that says you don't pick after the 4th.
I've heard that too many times, but it hasn't set up a seed head. You're fine. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I
Yep.
appreciate the call. Thank you. 395-1450, 395-1450. If you have a question for the Master Gardener, we've been talking about birds and feeding birds and taking care of the bird feeders. Talk about an ant moat.
That goes actually above a hummingbird feeder.
Oh,
And
okay.
what?
We're talking about an ANT moat, not
Yes.
an AUNT moat,
No,
because we're
not
going to have
that type of
Uncle
moat.
Battalion battalions there too. No. It's
Yeah,
an
no,
ant.
just the little creepy crawly ants. And what you do, you hang it above a hummingbird feeder. You fill it with water. I like to put a little cooking oil in there also, so it doesn't evaporate quite as quickly. But what it does is the ants come down and they hit the ant moat and they can't get past it and they drown and they don't get into your feeder. Nothing worse than having a bunch of ants in the feeder.
Now the thing is, though, Jan, that's for a nectar feeder on the ground more than it is the one that's hanging.
Well, even when they're hanging, the ants will come down. Yes. So,
Oh,
yes. So just be prepared for them.
okay.
Be prepared.
What about bird bath? How do you handle a bird bath?
Bird bath, keep them clean. Remember they're a source of standing water, so mosquitoes can get lay their larvae, their eggs in there. Put some BT in it. We have the little teeny tiny mosquito dunks, look like little teeny tiny donuts that you can put in your bird bath. Will not hurt the birds, but will keep the mosquito larvae from hatching. And we also have the bird bath protector. If you have a problem with it turning green all the time and getting all that algae in there, put a little cap full of that bird bath protector in there. And again, will not hurt the birds, but it will prevent all that algae from forming.
And the other thing too, and we've talked about it before on this particular program, Jan, but it's also something that we need to remind people from time to time. If you want bird feed for only the birds and not for mammals or other things, maybe a little hot pepper might be a good a deterrent in that regard.
Yeah, we have hot pepper that you can actually mix with your bird seed, so they don't want to eat it. Remember, birds don't have taste buds, so they can't taste that it's hot. Mammals do, so your squirrels, chipmunks, whatever, they can taste it. They don't like the hot stuff. And we also have the hot meats, they're called. It's sunflower seeds coated with sunflower or with the hot stuff already. And the squirrels just don't seem to like that.
Now, birds don't have taste buds, but they can. Let's put it this way: if you have too hot of seeds, that could cause some damage. Would it?
Well,
there are
actually,
some.
no, because they have a different digestive
Oh,
system
I,
than
I
we
mean,
do.
they don't have to worry about things that might blister. Like
No,
oh,
no,
okay.
they do not. So
Oh,
I would
okay.
feed them ghost peppers, but
I was just kind of wondering. We don't want to hurt the birds, but we
yeah,
want to
we don't
sort of.
want to hurt them. But in bird feed, if you look at parrot seed or cockatiel seed, you'll see hot peppers in there. And it's good for them. It gives them a lot of vitamin A and C, and they can eat it very readily.
I can't turn the camera over, but Patty Vandenberg has a question.
Why are all the blackbirds or starlings starting to congregate like the blue jays do?
I'm not quite sure. I saw that in my backyard this weekend. I'm not real sure why they're congregating. Is it
They're
because
they're
it's so
just they're,
dry?
I don't know, but the maple tree that's actually in my neighbor's yard, they are just flocking all together, just like the blue jays do. And it's like, no, it's too soon for all this congregating already.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. It's got to be because of it's kind of dry. Or maybe too hot. I'm not quite sure, but I noticed it this weekend too.
Yeah, yeah, they're chasing off all my robins.
Oh, mean
But
little things.
yeah, but the seed that I came over and got on Saturday, I'm going to put out in the feeder and see what I can
Very
attract.
good.
Now, of course, these blackbirds have got to adhere to the governor's social distancing standards as well to keep them away. Yeah. We might have to get some of those social sticks that Brent had to get away. Keep those blackbirds away, 6 feet away. Before we continue, Jan, I do want to bring up a point that you reminded us of. The collections are still there for taking care of those animal friends down in some parts of the country that have been affected by not COVID-19, but by storms over the last few years.
Yes, I collect things for Puerto Rico, for the Island Dogs and Save a Gato, those two well-known charities. I send it directly to them. They will take any medications you have left over from your dog, cat, pig, horse, whatever, even your old medications. They will take syringes. Yes, they'll take anything like that. If you've got it left over, don't know what to do with it in your house when you've been cleaning, while you've been stuck at home for those 3 months, I'll gladly take it. I'll gladly send it down. Also, I'll take any gently used leashes, collars, dog and cat toys, antibiotics, flea and tick medication, bandage material, kitten or dog nursing bottles, or S-Block or KMR. Gladly take that. If you've got it at home, you just don't know what to do with it anymore, bring it down to DeBruyn's. Tell the guys when you go in the store, this is for Jan, for Puerto Rico, and they'll gladly bring it up here.
What things cannot be? Is there a sort of a limit on size, perhaps, of what you can
Well,
be delivered?
remember that I'm sending this by UPS, so I don't want to send some huge dog bed. So let's keep it compact so I can get it. I can crowd an awful lot into a box. You'd be surprised. So, but they are so excited about getting all of our stuff. They think the people of West Michigan are just the nicest people in the world. So let's keep it up, West Michigan. I've just been stunned by the response I've gotten from this. So thank you so much.
Not only not only no big dog beds, but also no big cat forts,
No, I can't send a cat tree as much as I would love to. I just can't seem to figure that one out.
Yeah, unless you deconstruct it and then have them build it down in Puerto Rico. So again, it's for Island Dogs and Save a Gato.
Yes.
So yes, save the gatos. 395-1450, 395-1450. If you have a question for Jan, she'll take it at 395-1450. It's time for our weekly feature, shall we? Time now for our award category, or as Jan would say, it's the problem time of the year. The problem is with that, though, Jan, is that it's a problem time of the year, 12 months of the year. There's always different problems that come around.
We seem to get more questions this time of year than we do normal times. So that's why we call it the problem time of the year here at DeBruyn's.
Now, this is not to cast aspersions on the qualifications of Jan Meeuwsen. She is not only a master gardener, she has her doctorate. She is able to handle veterinary sciences, and that is part of her thing. You shall not call her quack.
Thank you very much.
Our weed of the week, though, is quack or crabgrass. That's a question. We don't want to offend you. We don't want to offend you by saying quack.
Quack, 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 quack. That seems to be the burning question this week. Is this people come in? I've got a yard full of quackgrass. Well, the only way to take care of quackgrass is Roundup. And the quackgrass is, and we don't see it a whole lot here. It's kind of pointed. It's really distinguished by its white roots that kind of spread out all over the place. But we really don't see a lot of quackgrass around here. What we do see is a lot of crabgrass, and that's that weed that's kind of forming like a little rosette on the lawn. It's everywhere. If you wear your sunglasses outside, it's that grass that's kind of a different color out there. Or it could even be nut grass. We're seeing an awful lot of nut grass this summer. Likes this nice hot weather. Again, nutgrass, crabgrass, there are ways to take care of it. Quackgrass, you're going to have to go out there and spray it all with Roundup because there's no other way to get rid of quackgrass. So just hope that you have something else. Bring it in. We'll be glad to take a look at what you've got, and we'll identify it for you and tell you how to best take care of it. There are different options for all these things. So let's get rid of those weeds.
Yeah, indeed. 395-1450, 395-1450. If you got a question, our insect of the week, we'll hold off on that for a moment.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on the line with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen.
Jan, I have a clematis vine. Can't find no buds on it or nothing. What do I do with it?
Oh, I would cut it back a little bit and I would fertilize it. See if you can get it to stress it out a little bit and see if you can get it to blossom.
Yeah, last year I had the same deal. It didn't want to blossom, but I fertilized it this spring and now it doesn't seem to do nothing again.
Yeah, to fertilize it with something that's higher in the middle number, don't give it any nitrogen, the first number. We basically want that middle number right now.
Okay, thank you.
And trim it down a little bit. Get it so it will want to form a blossom.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much for the call. 395-1450, 395-1450. Our insect of the week is not a single insect. You got a few that, let's just say, they are sharing the honors this week.
They are. It's like anything that can attack your garden plants, your landscape beds, they're out there. Four-line plant bug, Colorado potato beetles are really bad. Cucumber beetles are out there. Aphids, my goodness, they're out there in the millions. Bean beetles, basically anything that can be out there is out there. Japanese beetles, Asiatic garden beetles, flea beetles, cabbage and broccoli worms are out there. So they're out there, folks. Go out there and take a look at your plants. See what's eating them.
Yeah, because what's eating them is what's eating you.
That's right.
Anything else? 395-1450. Jan, talk a little bit about the fungus of the week. It's a repeat winner in terms of, we've talked about blossom end rot before.
Yeah, and it's big right now. It's your tomatoes, squash, cucumbers, peppers. They start to grow. You see a beautiful little tomato growing. And when you look at the bottom of it, it looks all rotten, black, puckered. That's blossom end rot. And basically, it's a calcium deficiency, but it's a calcium deficiency because there's got too much water, too little water, too much water, too little water, and it prevents that calcium from coming in. So add some calcium to your plants and make sure they're well watered and stay watered, maybe adding some mulch around them so they don't dry out between waterings.
Good morning. You're on the line with the master gardener, Jan Meeuwsen. Hello, you're on the air. We don't have a person on the air. 395-1450, 395-1450. Again, the rules are turn down the radio when you chat with us. That way you don't get confused because we are on an 8-second delay. One call per day, please. Let's talk about the nuisance animal of the week, and it seems like everybody's got a remedy for getting rid of Morocco and the mole men.
Everybody has one, from juicy fruit gum to putting down razor blades to my goodness, to putting down those little vibration things, mothballs, usually do not work. And I'm going to say usually, if you think they work, then that's fine. That's all that matters. If you've been putting juicy fruit gum down in their runs and you think they're staying away, that's fine. What they usually do is just burrow and go right around it. The vibration things don't mean anything to the moles. Putting lime down doesn't mean anything to the moles. Castor oil, you might be able to work with this as using it as a deterrent to put it around the house and then keep going out away from the house every couple of days, getting enough castor oil on the ground. Water, water, water is the key word there. But you might be able to deter them from coming in. But what's best? Poison peanuts and the traps probably work the best. There are the smoke bombs, the little things that you can light and throw in their runs. The guys all seem to love those. You have to know that it's right there. That's the problem. So if you see them digging, throw one of these down there. That will kill them. They stink to high heaven, folks. So make sure once you throw it in, you cover that ground up again. But it does seem to work. So yeah, remember that the home remedies, as a rule, just don't work. You need to stick with the basic science, unfortunately, with this one.
Or consider looking into your local chapter of Moles Anonymous.
Yes, I think there's a lot of us that are part of that.
Good morning. You're on the line with the Master Gardener, Jane Meeuwsen.
Yes, I have a question about lilies.
Sure.
Now, if when they get done blooming, can you just cut them off and will they bloom again, or I mean, just cut the stem that bloomed? If you cut that off, will they bloom again?
They won't bloom again this year, as a rule. You can definitely cut the flower off, and maybe it might send up a new stalk, a new bloom. You could try it. It's certainly worth a try. I would definitely do it. I don't usually have too many lilies at my house because I've got cats, but yes, I would definitely try cutting off the bloom and see if it will send up anything more.
Okay, and then but now these are the ones that spread out kind of.
Yeah.
And then I have some that grow straight up. Is that the same with them?
Yeah, that's the same with them. I would, cut off the stem a little bit and see if you can trick them into blooming again. That would be fun.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much for the call. 395-1450, 395-1450. Jan, I'm going to button up the award-winning categories for this week. We'll save a couple of them, like why are my leaves curling, and future problem of the week, mosquitoes. We'll talk about that another time. By the way, we talked about bugs and the garden party segment, and if you missed our conversation about dealing with bugs, not bunny, but just bugs, listen to our podcast on our website at WHTC.com. If you got a question for the Master Gardener, she'll take it at 395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with the Master Gardener.
Good morning. I have a peony plant. It's not, real new. It's getting older. The last couple of years, I have not had a blossom, but it gets green. It looks fairly decent. Now, should I fertilize that or remove it, or is it just too old to do anything?
No, probably not too old, but
Yeah, go ahead, Jen.
As the years go by, our plants have a tendency to get deeper in the ground, and that peony wants to be right near the surface.
I know that too, yeah.
Yeah, you may want to cut it down, cut it back a little bit, and then transplant it and put it closer to the surface.
Okay, that's a good idea. It's worth a try. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the call. 395-1450, 395-1450. Jan, I got an email earlier this week, over the weekend, and let's put it this way. It's from the MSU Extension. Become an MSU Extension Master Gardener. Gain access to world-class gardening knowledge. It's a 14-session Master Gardener curriculum. Provide horticultural training based on university research. About 45 hours of training on classes on plant science, soil science, integrated pest management. Oh, we can certainly use that. Diagnostics, annuals and perennials, woody ornamentals, lawn, vegetables, small fruits, tree fruits, household and nuisance pests, and gardening practice to protect water quality. That's not bad.
No, I'm doing it online, or how are they doing this?
Classes will be held online until face-to-face classes can resume in Marshall. And it's Mondays, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m., begins on August 24 and runs through November 23rd.
Well worth attending if you have any questions on any plants. It's a good investment. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Every week is a different topic. So, and there's tests, but they're open books, so don't worry.
Let's see. You can register online through August 1 through the MSU, msu.samaritan.com, and I think there's a link on that as well. It's $325 for the 14-week program, but it includes 1,000-page training manual, and you have to go through a criminal history background check. Yeah,
it's thick. Yes.
All right,
but yes, you'll find you'll go back to that manual a lot. So, well worth it. Take notes, listen well. Yep, very worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to save this email to become a certified master gardener, and you can learn online. And no, we are not trying to encourage people to take your job, Jan. No.
Oh, no. It's always helpful to have people that know something out there. So yes, it's always good. So
yes, it's time for Mr. Know-it-all. No. It's that's a little different. And one final thing, and I hate to bring this up. Do we have to worry about squirrels right now? How much do we have to worry about squirrels?
Well, they're excuse me, a pest, but if you don't want them eating at your feeder, put up a squirrel baffle. We can rearrange things to keep the squirrels off your feeders. I know Patty will say that's never going to be possible because she's got a huge squirrel population, but they're fun to watch. They're not going to give you any diseases that I know of.
But the thing I'm bringing it up, and the reason why I'm bringing it up, Jan, is the fact that we're more concerned about squirrels in the fall and winter and especially with the spring with the tulips and all that. But
they're not digging up anything of mine right now or eating anything of mine. So as long as they're up in the trees and running around doing whatever squirrels do, I don't mind, as long as they're not bugging my stuff.
And of course, beware later on that squirrels might plant some extra trees that you don't want around.
Trees, corn, lots of stuff will be coming up in your lawn. Yeah.
If you don't watch out. She is the Master Gardener, Jan Meeuwsen. She joins us every Tuesday at this time for the Art and Garden Hour. A little bit earlier, a little after 8:35 with the Garden Party segment. And, of course, the Jan Meeuwsen Garden Show at 11 o'clock Saturday mornings here on WHTC. Jan is the Master Gardener from DeBruyn Seed, Washington, Elm, downtown Zeeland. That's where you can find her and ask questions directly when we're not on the air. Jan, as always, thank you very much for joining us. Have a good show on Saturday, and we look forward to talking with you again next weekend.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you very much. That's the Master Gardener, Jan Meeuwsen from DeBruyn Seed. CBS News with Steve Kathan, followed by WHTC News with Peg McNichol at the top of the hour. And then we will have some open line time with Talk of the Town here on WHTC.